Michael, is the problem with this team more matchup, or at this point is it mental
I don't know. I'm not really sure. Game one, I went down to the wire. Had our chances in that one. Obviously, game two, that game got away from us in that third quarter, kind of like tonight. I think maybe 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, we cut it to five. And then after that, nothing went our way. So I'm not really sure the reasons why, Matt. Probably a little bit of all the above. I know the last two games we did not have Aaron Gordon, and I think against a team with that kind of size and physicality, having Aaron would definitely help, but that's no excuse. Um, Probably the craziest stat of the night. We didn't play much defense all night long. They had 115 points. They shot 48 from the field. They shot 43 from three. They had 29 second chance points. On 12 offense rebounds. That's a crazy stat. And we only had 11. So that's an 18-point differential. And that can't happen. So, and the three-point line, they outscored us by 30 points from the three-point line. So we did a poor job of defending it, giving them 17, and we really struggled to make shots tonight to give them and their defense credit.
Have you ever had too many games like this? Does that make it a little easier? I know no loss is ever fun, but so that this isn't a trend, but more of an outlier.
Yeah, since I think December 8th, we have the third best record in the league. We're going into tonight, we're 14-4 in the last 18. But that doesn't make getting your ass kicked fun. And I know you weren't insinuating that. I felt that we were really tired tonight. And I don't know if that back-to-back in OKC and the emotions of that, everything we put into that, I just felt that we were a step slow. And that's understandable. That's what I was telling myself is that, you look at what I've been asking, especially our main players as of late, that's a lot. And so we just got to find a way to get them as much rest heading into this upcoming back-to-back against LA and Washington. But they're a good team. They came in there, handled their business. We got to learn from it and try to be better come Friday night.
How much of the rebounding margin and second chance points do you feel like was that tiredness, and how much of it was just their size and struggling with that?
I'm sure. Well, 12 offense rebounds isn't an awful number. That's the thing about it. It wasn't like they had 20 offense rebounds for 29 points rather. It was only 12. And I don't know if I've ever seen 12 get turned into 29. So they must have hit a ton of threes off their offensive rebounds. But we've had an issue this year when teams shoot 43s. We all run into the paint, and we just have a hard time understanding long shots, long rebounds. And that's been, quite a few times this year. But we'll watch the film and try to get a better feel for how they got 29 second chance points. But, obviously they're a good team, and we just got to find ways to be more consistent from game to game, from quarter to quarter, from half to half.
What can you take from the minutes that you guys played in the third to cut that into five? Look at the film and see what you did right, specifically against Minnesota.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can go back to game one. What did we do well to give ourselves a chance on the road? What did we do in that third quarter to cut that halftime deficit down to five and kind of get back in the game, only to see it quickly go away? But it's always going to start with the defense. Even without watching the film. First quarter, we didn't play any defense. Second quarter, we played really good defense. Early in the third, we played good defense, and then that was it. And you can't have like one quarter and a stretch in the third. Be your good defense. It's got to be like it was in OKC in that second game. You got to put halves and quarters together, and you guys all know the numbers. We're the worst defensive team in the league in the first half, and magically something at halftime changes in the second half. I think we're like number 5 or number 6 in defensive rating. So that's been a challenge last year, the year before, this year, of just finding a way to be a lot more consistent with our defensive approach so you can be a lot better throughout the game instead of relying upon epic runs or whatever it may be. And we just didn't have it tonight.
Mike was hard on himself last year after that playoff series. The players demand look at how they're guarding him, and he's continued to kind of struggle in this matchup. Are there things that need to be done to try? Is it possible to get him going, or does it just kind of have to be an acceptance that this isn't going to be a good
No, that we'll never just accept it and say, hey, sorry, Mike, tonight this is just not your team. I would never say that as a head coach. His teammates would never say that, and Michael would never say that. We're not going to give in to that. Obviously, they put Anthony Edwards on Jamal. They put McDaniels on Michael, and two really good defensive players. And they load up. I mean, they did really shrink the floor, load up on us. And but we can definitely find ways to get Michael better looks, screen better, get him open, get him separation, get him into some two-man game with Nikola maybe, and where he can use his size and length and be more effective. But that's not just on him. That's on myself and the rest of the guys.
Do you think there's a pride discrepancy in this matchup, particularly in this building in the last couple of years, where they just kind of come in, from my perspective, kind of taking it from you guys a couple times?
I would never question our guys' pride. I mean, for 10 years now, I've been with this group, and for the last 5 or 6, been with that core group. So I would never say that, this is a pride thing. Is it disappointing that we're down 3-0 to them? Is it disappointing that they beat us 3 times in our home court last year in the playoffs? Yeah, of course. That stings. That hurts. And, we got one more crack at them later on this season. But, hey, next game's Friday night, and we'll learn from what we can tonight and try to get ready for the Lakers team that also beat us in our building just a few weeks ago. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.